My beloved child, I have called you to become a flowing river, not a closed pond withdrawn into itself and standing still. A true river does not live for itself alone. It receives a pure source from on high, then quietly carries refreshing waters through dry lands. Wherever it passes, trees are watered, fields are revived, the thirsty are satisfied, and life begins to sprout again. In the same way, I do not give you grace merely so that you may keep it within your heart and then close yourself off. I give it to you so that you may be filled, and from that overflowing fullness become a stream of love, hope, and support for those around you who are weary. If you only receive and never give, what is within you will gradually become heavy, like water blocked for too long. But when you know how to give, you will see that you yourself are also renewed. When you comfort others, your own heart is comforted. When you lift someone who has fallen, your own steps become steadier. When you sow hope, faith within you takes deeper root. I created you to live in that sacred rhythm, to receive from me and then give to the world, to be loved and then love, to be healed and then become a sign of healing for others. Open your eyes and look around you with my tenderness, and you will see how many people in this world are dry within while still trying to smile. Some appear strong on the outside, yet inside they are so weary that even one kind word could make them weep. Some laugh and speak among crowds, yet when they return to a quiet place, they feel deeply empty. Some are chained by old mistakes. Some are weighed down by disappointment, and some are passing through wounds no one knows about. I do not want you to focus so much on your own pain that you can no longer see the hearts that need a cool drop of water. I allowed you to experience grace not so that you would hide it like a secret, but so that you would become one who understands. I carried you through dark seasons, not so that you would forget those who are still in darkness, but so that you would know how to bend down, reach out your hand, and say through your very life that there is still light. There is still a way home, and there is still a love that abandons no one. I know, my beloved child, that giving is not always easy. Sometimes you fear that others will not receive what you offer. Sometimes you fear being misunderstood, mocked, seen as weak, or considered too trusting. Sometimes you think what you have is too small, your words too clumsy, your actions too simple to make any difference. But remember that the outcome is not in your hands. Your part is to sow faithfully. My part is to make the seed sprout in its appointed season. I do not require you to have a full storehouse before you are allowed to give. I only invite you to place what you have into my hands. A little compassion, an encouraging word, a silent prayer, a timely act of kindness, when placed within my grace, can become a feast for those who are hungry for faith. You see smallness, but I see potential multiplied. You see limitation, but I see blessing that can flow through a willing heart. Therefore, I am calling you to live as a living witness of grace, not through display, nor through lofty words, but through a life that has truly been transformed. Others do not need to see in you an image of perfection that never stumbles. What they need to see is someone who was once weak but did not give up, once wounded but did not become hardened, once mistaken but knew how to return, once broken but lifted by me in mercy. That honesty will touch others more deeply than long arguments. When you forgive instead of nurturing bitterness, you are bearing witness. When you keep peace in the midst of chaos, you are bearing witness. When you continue to love, though you have once been wounded, you are bearing witness. When you walk in the light, though you have known how heavy darkness can be, you are showing the world that my grace is not a distant idea, but a power renewing your life day by day. So, My child, do not hide the lamp I have lit within you. Do not lock up the river when I desire it to flow into dry lands. Do not keep blessing hidden as though it were meant only for you. When I give you peace, bring that peace into places of conflict. When I give you hope, sow that hope into those who are despairing. When I give you compassion, use it to look upon others with gentler eyes. And you will see a mystery. The more you give in me, the more you are filled. The more you allow love to flow through you. The more your heart is enlarged, the more you become a channel of life. The less you will dry up. This is how grace works. It is not diminished when shared, but the more it is poured out, the more it reveals the abundance of its source in me. But my beloved child, all that I have done in your life is not only so that you may be settled in a small corner of your own peace. The rescue, healing, support, seasons of restoration, and blessings you have received are all preparation for a greater calling. I do not only call you out of the old, I call you into a life of purpose. You no longer live merely as one seeking safety, but as one who has been sent to carry light. That calling does not necessarily begin with something great in the eyes of the world. It begins with the relationship between you and me, with the way you love me, listen to me, walk with me, and then let everything you do become a place that reflects my presence. When you are faithful in small things, the greater calling will gradually unfold. When you love within your family, are honest in your work, kind in your speech, and steadfast in prayer, you are already living in the calling. I know that at times you wonder what you are called to do, where you must go, and how you should begin. Do not rush into confusion. Calling does not always appear as a road laid out from beginning to end. Many times, it opens through each step of obedience. You take one step, and I illuminate the next. You are faithful with what is before you, and I will lead you to greater things at the right time. Do not despise daily responsibilities, because many sacred doors are opened through very quiet faithfulness. Do not think that only things known by many people have value. An intercessory prayer in the hidden place can shake what you cannot see. A small act of love can become a milestone that saves someone from despair. An obedience no one witnesses is still recorded before me. However, you must also know that living in a new calling will require you to release many things. You cannot hold tightly to old safety while stepping into the place where I am leading you. There will be times when you must choose my will instead of what feels comfortable. There will be times when you must continue doing what is right, even when you are not understood. There will be times when you must go against the current of the crowd. Preserve purity when those around you make light of what is holy, and love when others choose coldness. But you do not walk alone. I go before you to open the way, beside you to uphold you, and behind you to protect you. The joy of obedience will be deeper than every temporary praise, and the satisfaction of living according to what I have appointed will surpass every fleeting success of the world. Pause and look back over the journey you have passed through. There were times when you thought everything had ended, when you thought those losses were the final mark, when you thought long waiting was only an empty space without meaning. But I say to you that no step in your life has been wasted. No tear has fallen without my seeing it. No sigh in the night has escaped my hearing. What you once called failure, I can turn into a lesson. What you once thought was delay, I can use as a season of preparation. The wounds you once wanted to hide, I can turn into places where light passes through to comfort others. I do not rejoice when you suffer, but I have the power to transform pain into maturity, broken places into testimony, and dark roads into a necessary part of the picture of grace. Therefore, do not allow the past to bind your feet anymore. Do not let old failures make you believe that you cannot be used. Do not let old loneliness make you doubt my nearness. Do not let seasons of lack make you forget that my source never runs dry. I was with you in the days when you did not recognize me. I kept you through turns you thought you could not overcome. I used even the things you did not understand to shape within you endurance, compassion, and a deeper faith. A great tree has no deep roots if it has never withstood the wind. A mature heart cannot be formed only by easy days. But be at peace. I do not allow the fire to destroy you. I use the fire to refine you so that you shine more brightly. I do not allow the storm to carry you away. I use the storm to teach you to hold more firmly to me. Step into the new season with peace in your heart. My beloved child, do not live half-heartedly anymore. And do not live merely to get through the day. Live as a flowing river, as a shining lamp, as one who has received mercy in order to show mercy, who has been lifted in order to lift others, who has been led through trials in order to become a sign of hope. I did not choose you because you are perfect. I chose you because I love you, and because through weakness placed in my hands, my glory can be revealed. Give me your heart, your abilities, the parts of your life that have known pain, and even the parts you thought had no value left. I will not waste anything. I will use it all to create a story more beautiful than you ever imagined. And as you continue walking, you will see that your life is not restored only for yourself, but also becomes cool water, a gentle lamp, and a living testimony for many who need to find their way back to the light. My beloved child, now that you have heard the words I have placed within your heart, now that you have received the holy reminder of the path along which I am leading you, do not treat it as a passing echo and then allow it to sink into forgetfulness. These words are not merely a momentary feeling, nor a page opened and closed in haste. This is a calling, a seal, a confirmation that your life is in my hands and covered by my good purpose. I did not choose you because you are stronger than others, nor did I call you because you are already complete in every way. I called you because I love you, because I know what I have placed within you, and because I will complete what I have begun. Therefore, walk by faith, keep your heart in hope, and let love become the breath within everything you do. Remember that everything I speak to you is not only for your personal days, but also relates to the greater work I am doing in the world. When I lift you up, I do not only want you to stand firm for yourself, but for your life to become light for weary people seeking the way. When I heal you, I do not only erase the traces of sorrow within you, but also transform you into one who knows how to sympathize, support, and bring gentle words to those who are exhausted. When I give you grace, I do not want that grace to remain like water trapped in a vessel, but to flow through your words, actions, attitude, and presence in the world. Let your mouth become a clear stream, refreshing dry hearts. Let your hands become signs of kindness. Let every step you take declare that I am the one who is living, loving, transforming, and guiding. I do not hide from you that there will still be difficult days ahead. There will be times when you are misunderstood, though your heart is upright. There will be times when you feel alone in a crowd. There will be times when those who do not understand the path you walk will doubt, judge, or try to make you shrink back. But my child, do not let these things frighten you. I was with those I called when they had to stand amid mockery. During long seasons of waiting, in the deep pit of injustice, before waters that seemed to offer no way through, and in dangerous places where human strength could not save them, I did not leave them, and I will not leave you. People may change, their promises may fade, their support may come and go, but I do not change. I am with you when you are honored, and I am still with you when you are forgotten. I am with you when the road opens, and I am still with you when you must stand before a closed door and learn to wait in peace. Do not forget that no circumstance, no power, no trial, and no mistake of yours can be stronger than my love for you. That love is the rock beneath your feet when everything around you shakes. That love is the anchor that keeps you from drifting when storms arise. When you are weak, lean on that love instead of condemning yourself. When you stumble, return to that love instead of fleeing in shame. When you overcome something that once bound you, humbly give all glory to that love. For I am the one who strengthened you. And when you enter new seasons, walk with the certainty that what I have prepared for you did not run out yesterday. Ahead of you, there is still grace, still light, still goodness that your eyes have not yet fully seen. The words I speak to you must be kept not only in memory, but engraved in the deepest place within you through daily obedience. Do not merely listen and feel moved. Bring these words into your hours of prayer, into your small decisions, into the way you treat others, and into the moments when you are tested and tempted to forget whom you belong to. Let my word guide you when you are confused, lift you when you are weary, and correct your direction when you begin to drift from truth. When lying voices whisper that you are not enough, that you are too late, that I have forgotten you, take my word as the light by which you can discern what comes from me and what only seeks to pull you away from peace. When you hold fast to my word, it will guard you from the worn paths of fear and doubt. My beloved child, I also do not call you to live as one who is alone. I place you among relationships so that you may learn love, humility, support, and how to receive support. Walk in unity with those who also seek the light. Do not separate yourself simply because you have once been wounded, and do not rely on your own strength as though you must carry every burden alone. Many lamps placed together will brighten a wide region. Many hearts united in love will become a powerful sign to the world that I am present among you. Contribute to building. Do not merely stand outside and observe. Encourage. Do not only wait to be encouraged. Forgive. Support. Intercede. Serve. And become a living stone in the house I am building. I know that when you hear these things, the responsibility before you may seem too great. You may wonder whether you have enough wisdom, enough strength, enough perseverance, enough purity. But I remind you once again, my work does not depend on your perfection, but on my power and faithfulness. I do not require you to bring me a spotless life before I use you. I only need you to offer a willing heart. When you tell me that you belong to me and ask me to guide you, I will give you what you lack, teach you what you do not yet know, open the right door at the right time, and place within you the courage to step through the places you once feared. Therefore, live courageously, yet humbly, strongly, yet tenderly, firmly, yet always dependent on me. Become light in dark places, comfort in dry days, and a sign of hope for those who thought their lives had closed. You do not live only for yourself. Your life also touches your family, your community, the generations after you, and the people I will lead to meet you along the way. Every time you choose love instead of bitterness, faithfulness instead of giving up, obedience instead of following an easier call, you are sowing a sacred seed into the future. Some fruits you will see immediately, but there are also things that will come only after many seasons, when I cause them to bloom at the appointed time. And now, bow your heart in gratitude and say to me, merciful and faithful Father, I come before you with reverence, humility, and a heart full of gratitude. I thank you for calling me, teaching me, keeping me, and not abandoning me even though I still have many weaknesses. Help me treasure your words like precious jewels, not only hearing them with my ears, but living them with my whole heart. Give me strength to obey, wisdom to discern, courage to stand firm, and love to reflect you in the world. Make my life a living testimony of grace, so that those who meet me may recognize your tenderness, power, and light. I give all glory to you, the one who began a good work in me and will complete it by your everlasting love. Amen, my beloved child. Keep this word in your heart and continue walking. Do not let today's message stop at emotion, but let it become a new rhythm of life within you. Return each day to listen, to be built up, so that your faith may become stronger and the love within you may grow deeper and wider. I am still speaking, still guiding, still opening the way, and you must continue to remain in my light. My beloved child, prayer is not only a moral habit or a ritual you perform when your heart is troubled, but the sacred breath that keeps your inner life alive before me. Just as the body needs air to exist every second, your heart needs communion with me so it will not dry up amid long days filled with pressure, worries, and the noise of the world. When you pray, you do not merely bring words before me, you open a hidden door so that my life may touch you, uphold you, renew you, and guide you. Every sigh that cannot become words, every silent tear, every whisper in the dark night, every moment when you lift your heart to seek me is received by me like a gentle fragrance. No sincere prayer is abandoned before me, for I do not listen to you from a distance, but with the heart of a father who is always bending toward you. My child, prayer is the bridge connecting your heart with heaven, the stream through which my peace, strength, wisdom, and grace are poured out upon your life. Many people come to prayer only when every path is closed, when strength has run out, when fear has grown larger than hope. But I want you to know that prayer should not be the last place you run to, but the first place where you begin. When you open your eyes to a new day and turn your heart toward me, you are placing that entire day into the hands of the one who knows every step before you. When you close a day with a whisper to me, you are placing the unfinished things, the concerns, and what you do not yet understand into my arms of peace. And even in the midst of work, streets, conversation, and the most ordinary moments, you can still turn your heart toward me and remember that you are not alone in any moment. Remember that I do not demand that you come to me with beautiful words or a perfect appearance. What I seek in you is a sincere heart. Some pray with a clear voice. Some pray through tears. And some only have enough strength to speak to me in silence. But I hear all of it. A mother who once carried silent pain within her heart, misunderstood and looked down upon, did not choose to let bitterness swallow her. Instead, she placed her sorrow before me with deep sincerity. Her prayer was not loud, and not many people saw it, but I heard, and from a place that seemed barren, I brought forth a future whose influence reached far beyond what people could measure. Do you see? What is born from prayer does not only touch one life, but can become blessing for an entire generation. Never underestimate the power of prayer, no matter how small it may seem. Sometimes a request made in faith changes the atmosphere around you. Sometimes a simple cry in fear opens the way for intervention your eyes have not yet seen. Sometimes a quiet intercession for another person becomes the road by which grace reaches them at the exact moment they need it most. Prayer is not the weak act of the powerless, but the wise reliance of one who knows where true strength comes from. When you kneel, your heart is not lowered in defeat. Rather, you are lifted through connection with me. The world may regard silence before me as useless, but in the hidden realm, many chains are loosened, many doors are prepared, and many things that seemed unmoving begin to shift. Even my beloved Son, when he walked among humanity, often sought out solitary places to pray. He did not treat closeness with me as something additional, but as the source that nourished every decision, every word, and every act of service. Before important choices, he prayed. Before great sorrow, he prayed. When loving the weak, lifting the weary, facing opposition and loneliness, he still placed everything in obedience before me. If the one perfect in love chose to live in the rhythm of prayer, how much more do you need to keep yourself in that nearness? For prayer not only helps you ask for what you need, but also keeps you in my ways, so that your heart is not pulled aside by fear. Pride, haste, or the chaotic voices around you. I know that sometimes you become discouraged because you have prayed much and still have not seen what you hoped for happen. You wonder whether I hear, whether I care, whether your words reach me. My child, rest in my love, I always hear, but I am not one controlled by your hurry. I am the Father who knows the best timing, the safest path, and what truly brings life to you. Sometimes I answer quickly so that you may see my power. Sometimes I let you wait so that your faith may deepen. Your heart may be shaped in patience, and you may not only love the gift, but also love the giver. Sometimes I do not give what you ask, because I am keeping you from what you have not yet seen and preparing something better than you imagined. Prayer is not meant to force me to follow your will, but to bring your heart into harmony with my pure and wise will. Prayer is also the place where you are protected. When you pray, you build around your life a fence of watchfulness, not by your own strength, but by my presence. Dark things hate a heart that knows how to return to me, because when you pray, you no longer stand alone before temptation, fear, and lies. When you intercede for your family, for those you love, and for those who are suffering, you open a path for my light to touch dry places. Do not think that your silent prayers are small. There are battles that cannot be seen with the eyes, yet they are upheld by faithful people praying quietly. There are people still standing today because someone once spoke to me on their behalf through a long night. Therefore, do not limit prayer to a rigid time frame, as though I only meet you within a certain hour. I want you to live in a spirit of continual prayer, meaning that your heart always has a way to turn back toward me. When you walk, speak with me. When you work, invite me into every decision. When your heart feels unsettled, pause and place that unrest in my hands. When you rejoice, share that joy with me like a child running to tell their father something good. Continual prayer does not pull you away from ordinary life. It makes every ordinary thing more sacred, because you live each moment in the awareness that I am with you. From prayer, you will also learn to treasure something greater than every gift, my very presence. Many seek me because they need rescue, miracles, provision, or restoration. I do not despise those needs, for I know what you need, and I delight to care for you. But I want to lead you into deeper understanding. Every blessing you receive is only a small ray from a greater sun, and that sun is me. If you have many things but do not have closeness with me, your heart will still be empty. But if you have me, even when your hands have not yet received what you hoped for, you still have a resting place, a source of joy, and a fullness that does not depend on outward circumstances. Remember, you may enter a land full of promise, achieve what you hoped for, and see doors open, but without my presence, all those things will become pale. The most precious thing is not the land you arrive in, but the one who walks with you on the way. The most precious thing is not the success you attain, but the living communion between you and me. Some become so busy doing many things that they forget to sit beside me. Some are so absorbed in seeking results that they lose the joy of being near me. But the best portion is to know how to stop, how to listen, how to remain still in my love, not to ask for anything more, but simply to be with me. That portion no one can take from you. My presence will be the light that guides your path. You do not need to know the entire map of the future in order to walk in peace. You only need to know that I am walking with you. When I lead, you can stop even when others urge you forward, and you can step ahead even when others doubt. When you are near me, you will become more sensitive to guidance, knowing when to wait, when to move, when to release, when to hold on, when to speak, and when to be silent. My presence does not only comfort you, it also directs you. It does not only soothe pain, it also illuminates the way. In the days when you feel tired, I am your resting place. In moments when you are confused, I am your clarity. In seasons when you feel empty, I am the fullness that never runs dry. So then, my beloved child, let prayer become your breath, and choose my presence as the greatest treasure of your life. Do not seek me only because of what I can give, but seek me because I myself am the source of your life. Do not let busyness steal your time near me. Do not let weariness pull you away from the stream of peace. Do not let the urgent things of this life drown out what is eternally important. Build within your heart a place to meet me each day, where you can speak, listen, weep, rest, and be renewed. When you have me, you have not lost everything, even if temporary things leave your hands. When you have me, you are still rich in peace, still strong in weakness, still shining in the dark night. And I say to you today, pray, stay near me, choose me as your portion. For when you seek me with all your heart, you will recognize that I myself am the greatest blessing, the deepest rest, and the source of life that never runs dry.